Hello? Anybody there?
Hello, hello.
We are.
Good evening from Europe.
Excellent. I am slightly expecting to see my co-chair. And where would that be, I wonder?
Maybe he's Byte's buddy.
It certainly could be. So it looks like we can go ahead and get started. And I hope that Michael, wait, where did Michael Richardson go? He was there now seconds ago.
Yes, it's Zulip user, so I'm not sure that just say anything.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and get rolling, and we'll see what we can do. Welcome to our February seller meeting, and just working down things. So no updates on our virtual interim meeting dates, and we are doing our attendees and such things now, and that is a good thing for us to do. And pardon me while I log in to the data tracker. Okay, excellent. Michael?
Yeah, he's now logged in as a chat only user, so apparently no audio.
Well, I just pinged him, so we'll see if he pops up. Excellent. Let everybody sign in, and while we are doing that, I can recognize that this is a IETF meeting, and so we are under the note well that is up here on at the top of our agenda items every week. So just calling everybody's attention to that. And then that gets us to draft meeting minutes from the previous meeting. Does anybody need to look at those or have thoughts about those?
I just read them and I think they're fine.
Oh, excellent.
Fine
And
for me.
that was Jerome.
Yeah, it's fine.
Excellent. Okay, excellent. So we have several things on our list of documents, and just checking to make sure that I think we have all of the documents listed here. Just making sure real quick. So we have 7 active, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Okay. Perfect.
Should we list byte buddy as well?
I'm sorry.
Should we list byte buddy in the list of participants?
I'm sorry. I'm getting. Should we at least?
Add byte buddy to the list of participants.
Oh, excellent. And that person may not know how to do that. So yes, that would be excellent. Excellent. Okay, cool. And welcome. If you are not someone we have seen previously at a Cellar meeting. So Michael did the, I think Michael did the agenda and had not updated it when we said 3 of the Matroska specifications are updated. Sorry, have expired, and they have all been resubmitted, and I want to thank everybody for that. And if I could just say, I have confirmed with our area director, Burry, who he has the action item to talk to the ISG about what to do with our new normative reference that was added during the IESG review evaluation period, and he had missed the opportunity to have that conversation at the last IESG telechat, and there's another one this coming Thursday. So this stays in AD evaluation now for AD follow up for now. Okay, and so that's what I needed to say about that one. And I do have one other thing under any other business. Michael had sent a note to the mailing list about is this a good time for us to do a why seller note, probably to be published on the IETF blog and maybe some other places. We will have an opportunity to talk about this next. But what do we need to say now about the upcoming work on Matroska specifications?
I've been a bit quiet lately with the spec, not with the code. I'm still expecting some news from the main document that's been pending for 4 months now. So I'm a bit surprised, but yeah, so depending on how this goes, I will resume the work on the other documents. I think last time I said on tags because it should be easy and quick. So yeah, I'll probably do that.
And that was Steve?
Yes.
Thank you. I am not looking down. I'm typing on one screen and looking at another screen, and the faces are popping up with names are popping up on the other screen. My apologies. If we were looking very quickly at, and Michael said he was distracted by email. I think that means he will. Yes, he is. It looks like he is in the process of joining. Yes, excellent. But I'm just diving. Hi, Michael.
For the last minute and a half, I'm here.
Excellent, excellent.
Sorry.
That's cool. So we were just checking. We were just looking to see what we were doing with the RC editor follow up on the main Matroska spec. Have we heard anything from that lately? I don't see anything that's made it as far as the
I believe it's in the queue.
No, I know it's definitely in the queue. It's just I would be expecting at some point to see emails popping up on my email in my email folder from the RC editor with questions. So I can reasonably.
I don't think we've got to. I don't think we're at auth 48 yet. I don't think we've risen to the top of their queue. So I would presume they are.
Actually, I've been looking at the queue. I think it's not really a queue, is it? Because there are documents that have been waiting for 4 weeks or 6 weeks, and they have been gone through auth 48 already. The Matroska document has been there for 18 weeks, and no, it's still not being processed. So
okay, so it says that we're at the second number in the queue, and that so we're not part of a cluster, so we're not waiting for anything. It says we're in editing process since it's 167 pages. it's probably going to take them longer than other things. And so, yeah, there easily could be other documents, shorter documents that lap it for the simple reason that there's more than one person working on it.
I was in the intention that current state edit means that it's waiting to be edited.
No, it means it's like under someone's keyboard, and they're going through it, and they are probably dealing with the XML, which of course we generate from other tables. So it could be more tedious for them to do that. But yeah, no, I mean, it's certainly the case that some shorter documents can lap it. I think they have 4 or 5 people that typically work on things. And so, if someone does six 20-page documents in a row, that certainly looks like they're lapping it. And then they also try to make sure that, like when they have clusters, like if you look at the queue, you see this cluster C450. I don't know what's in it. But they try to have the same person work on all those documents, so they get things. So that can easily take people away. What is edit?
I was under the impression that it was still not being edited or not being read, still somewhere in the queue. So that's apparently not.
No, I would say that's not the case. But yeah, 18 weeks in the queue. Mine is Christmas, and someone's working on it. Where's the list of the states? Edit star R means something else. I can't remember what it means, but
well, at the top of the queue, there's a link that says about this page. It's right under the title publication queue.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. That's the edit, and it adds star reference flag. The references that are in queue are not received. We're not in that state yet. We have no references that are in queue or not received, so we're not going to get the star R. And so we should be just fine. It should just be a question of whoever's working on it finishes.
And just for the notes, I'm putting this in that we are looking. I'm putting in the publication queue URL in the notes.
Yeah, I don't see. There's no way to know who's working on it till they tell us, I guess.
Well, I mean, and we can certainly ask.
Yeah, I'm not anxious about it yet. If we get to April and it's still here, then I would say we should ask a question. But yeah.
In the about the page, it says what the reference flag is. The R is its reference flag. It says the document has one or more normative references that are in queue or not received. So I wonder if it's because we reference other.
No, we don't have the star R. If you look, we don't have the star R.
Yeah. Okay. What that usually means is that there's a working group. If you have 2 documents that you're working on, and I finished one of them, but it refers to the other one that's not finished yet. The first document can be approved and sent off to the RC editor, and the RC editor can start working on it even, but that's basically saying we're working on it, but it's not going to be published until the references become available. But none of our references are still actively being worked on.
That's why we
So,
worked hard to remove normative references, right?
Yeah.
So if you
right.
see, if you're looking at that, I was going to try to share my screen, but Spencer's sharing. So if you look at the talk,
let me let you. Yes.
Accept window. Let's share this one, and then there. Okay. So this one here, which says this edit-R, is in this cluster 450. And if we look at that cluster, then we see that they've published a few documents. They have privacy pass, and it references this architecture, and it references this auth scheme. It referenced this, but it got published. It referenced this, but it got published. And so here's the scheme. Here's the architecture. So in this case, they're not actually waiting for anything. They've got all the documents now, but they haven't finished processing them all. So
yeah.
So these are all being edited by them. Whereas if we look at, I don't know, let's look at this one. So you look at this document, this draft Briscoe docsys has a normative reference to this other document, which has not yet been received, which means that it's still in processing somewhere. So this whole cluster of documents is essentially not going to go forward until this document enters the queue and gets edited, right? We went through that with, did we with EVML? No, we didn't do that with any other document, but anyway. So we're here, and you know, that other previous document has a similar age. So I'm not surprised yet. If 450 gets published and we're still not hearing from them, then probably there's I don't know, there may be some hiccup, or you know, we just have to ask. It's probably just coming. It's on its way.
Is there a way to know if there's something actively working on it? If it's in your queue, does it mean it's actively being worked on, or it's just in the
If
queue
it says
for someone
if
to pick it
if
up?
it says edit, then somebody has been assigned to it, whether they're multitasking and are distracted by some other queue entry that they're dealing with. Hard to know, probably. But I would just hang tight at this point. It is a long document, and it is repetitive and perhaps tedious. But anyway, there are other documents that are similar length and have been in the queue for less time, and but a lot of them are marked edit. You can see.
Yeah, I don't think we're having a problem yet, and that I think so. It's good that we had this conversation. Thank you all.
Yeah. So when it gets to auth 48, we'll get an email about it, and it'll be very obvious.
Yeah.
There's a document from 2018 in the queue. Even 2017.
Let me go ahead and go back to sharing my screen so we're sharing notes. Okay. Cool. Am I making this up, or did we have a conversation about the order of what we were going to do previously? Maybe 1 meeting ago, maybe 2 meetings ago.
Yeah, it's in the minutes from last time.
Okay, excellent.
The minutes
So,
we just agreed on.
Yeah, excellent. So if I'm looking at this, what we liked was this plan.
Yeah, I did not work on that yet, apart from publishing the documents again.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to work on tags next. Is that what I understood?
Yes, for me it's the more
yeah.
logical because it's simple and separate from the rest.
I'll do the dorky round with it. Sorry. So is there anything that we need to talk about on this beyond that?
Not for now, I don't think so.
Yep. Sorry. I was kidding. Yep. Sorry. Cool. So, so we're doing tags first and then codec after that. Is there anything that we need to do to start work on these two?
No.
Is there anything else we need to talk about on our work plan?
I may have a question actually about the next documents. If I want to reference the pending RFC for Matroska, is it okay to reference it as the draft 21? And if it gets queued, it will be managed as if it was a reference when it will be published. That means it will end up in one of those clusters.
Right.
Well, that is how FLAC does it now, because the FLAC document also references the in-queue Matroska document. It references just the draft. And I guess the RFC editor people will sort out how to convert it to the RFC number. when they have it.
Right.
Okay.
That's exactly right. Okay, cool. Is there anything else? Is there anything else that we need to do on this particular topic? Michael, are you thinking of anything?
Nope. I think we're
Cool.
mostly in holding pattern.
How do we get the RFC 10,000?
Do you want to get? You want that number?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, sure. I mean, why not? I mean, supposedly there's
Somebody's
some
going
bugs.
to get it.
There's supposedly some bugs that it may tickle, and many
right,
people
right.
have said that we should just be going to 4-digit hex numbers of RFCs, but
Which could be worse, but we'll see.
apparently there's someone's done some testing and they've found some bugs, but they're not important.
Yeah. Ask us about what happens when you have when someone tries to have 3-digit draft versions. Some
Yeah,
stuff.
that was a long time ago.
Did someone get that far? 3-digit draft numbers?
Yeah. There was one person in particular. I don't know any others, but there was one person in particular that was basically using the data tracker like it was his backup. So like every time he got ready to go to lunch, basically he would submit another, the next version. So, and that got him to like 80 or 90 or something like that. And somebody noticed and said, we should probably handle this differently. And I know this group will never have this problem because that would be insane, and you guys are not. But if we ever did have that issue come up, the answer is that we would end in -1 and then -00. So we know what to do when we get to an odometer version number, but we'll never have that problem.
Fascinating.
Yeah, but cool. So, Michael, we had talked. I caught the group up on Murray checking with the ISG on how we proceed on the new normative reference, and Murray had forgotten to talk to the ISG about that. But the next telechat is Thursday, so I'd say Flax stays in 80 follow-up for now.
Yep. Okay.
Did you want to talk about the why seller email that you sent?
I don't really remember the question, but I know that.
Yeah, it was an excellent and coherent email, and it looked like not that. This. It looked. Sorry. It looked like. Where are you?
I know that. I mean, I think that the check with Mary, jump in the ball. Tomorrow's agenda. The why of seller. It's right there. You missed it right there. Right above the one you clicked on. Down.
In the middle.
Sorry. Yes, that.
Oh yeah. Right. So I thought that oh yeah, so I thought that was interesting that the Library of Congress had made this thing. I think Dave forwarded it
Yeah.
at some point.
Yes.
And I thought it was worth sharing that outside of the working group. And they may still do this. I don't know. Or maybe they'll wait till it gets published. But I thought it was really great that they said this. They moved it from an acceptable format to preferred format based upon the fact that we, did get the RFC out, or I guess that we got it into working group last call or into the list there. So I think that's really a useful external endorsement. When the document does come out, the RFC does come out, there will be some people that will be like, what? Why is the IETF doing this? Right. And so I thought it was a useful blog entry to talk about where we're going. And you probably don't know, maybe Spencer does, but so one of the working groups, which I believe is chartered, but I could be wrong by a week, that is a working group on detecting unwanted trackers.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a real why that's totally different than Cellar, but I mean it's why is this happening at the IETF? And unfortunately the answer is a little bit complicated, but fundamentally is that because there's some IP-based protocols, but also some not IP-based protocols. And honestly, there's just nobody else that has the right
expertise. Yeah.
Well, no, I would say intellectual property thing that would make that sufficient that all of the relevant parties would actually be willing to play. And I think that's part of also why Cellar and why it's happening at the IETF rather than at SIGCOM or something, or I don't know.
Right. Michael, do you? I agree that that is worth doing. So you've got a short blurb there. Do people agree that this is a thing worth saying about Cellar?
Well, it was said by the
Oh, okay.
Congress. It was sent by the Library of Congress. That's from their page that I linked to, or Dave linked to. And I mostly was just trying to, I thought that the IESG or Jay might want to blog about it at some point.
Right. Yeah. I'm almost sure that having something for them to publish would make that a easier conversation for everybody. Does that make sense?
If someone wants to ghostwrite something for that blog, that would also work. Doesn't even have to be ghostwrite. You probably get the byline. You probably send it to them.
Yes, absolutely. So I guess I should ask two questions. One is who would like to see that happen, and then would someone like to write it?
Well, I could give it a try, to write it, but I don't know. I'm not sure what the right tone would be. Very cheery or
Cheery,
You know?
yeah. You know,
yes.
I would say that they would want to post it in concert with releasing the RFC on Matroska. So maybe not for a month or two. And it represents a major milestone for this working group. And, you know, maybe needs to explain why this work, you know, you can go interview Dave if you like, or maybe that get some quotes from him, or Library of Congress person. Dave, you're on this call. I don't know if there's somebody else that we could, I don't know.
The target audience is the IETF as a whole, right?
Yes,
people.
but more people who are IETF aware, but not necessarily know what's going on.
Yeah, well, and even that,
a press release.
So I'm saying the audience is at least IETF wide, and probably for people outside the IETF as well. Michael, I'm thinking ISOC might find this useful to have access to.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. And ISOC is kind of the outward facing to the internet community entity for the IETF. So Martin, are you okay to just write up something and send it to the mailing list?
Yeah, sure. I won't promise it. I won't promise anything.
Well, yeah.
Throw it in GitHub as Markdown if you like, whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't have access to anything except the Flux. Oh yeah, I can do a pull request, of course.
Yeah,
yeah. Absolutely. And well, if we ever need a GitHub, it is trivial for the working group. It is trivial enough for us to get one. Just tell us. I mean anybody.
Yeah, I'll try to write something up. No problem.
Cool. And we will figure out what to do with it after you've got it. Excellent. And I think that Michael had it exactly right, that this is going to be most helpful to most people if we've got a draft of it by the time the Matroska RFC comes out. But that will not happen suddenly. We will get email from RFC-editor with questions to the authors and things like that. So we will know that is in the process of coming, and we can just make sure that we've got a version that we're happy with after before that happens.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Is there any other business? If there is not, we will see you all very early in April. And that will be awesome. Michael, are you going to Australia?
I'm going to Australia.
Excellent. So
I feel that I may not arrive with all my limbs, but you know,
oh no,
I may gnaw off one leg or the other to make room for.
Try to arrive in Australia, not in Austria.
That's always.
Let me check my ticket. It says I have a change planes in Vienna, so
interesting.
Yeah. No, I go through Ottawa, Toronto, Vancouver, Auckland, Brisbane, with more than 10 hours of layover time. Which reminds me, I need to buy a lounge pass or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, well, yeah, so the next meeting is April 9th, which is like a week and a half, 2 weeks after the IETF meeting. And I hope we'll be in edit phase. So look for those auth 48 messages. And I hope we'll get, I imagine that Murray will unstick things in the next week or two. And Martin, you'll probably start getting, I don't know, have we done the IESG, the AD reviews? We've just done AD review. We haven't done IESG review on FLAC, right?
No, we're all the way through. As soon as we are sure whether they need to do a short last call, second last call because of the new normative reference.
Right. But okay. So that's all we're waiting for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's no action. There's no required action for the working group.
Good. Okay.
And Martin, Dave just I don't know if you saw in the chat, but mentioned Kate Murray at Library of Congress as a potential source of a factual quote, which that could be fine too.
Yeah, I'll see whether it fits. I don't know. Maybe I start writing something and I don't know whether maybe at a later point we figure out where to put such a quote or
sure.
What to ask.
You get it, then you'll be good.
Cool. And thank you. Is there anything else we need to talk about? If there is not, thank you guys for having a wonderful, productive meeting, and we will see everybody on our next call at the beginning of April.
Have a nice evening.
You too.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you all.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.